You guys get recognized everywhere you go?
We get recognized everywhere. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. I mean, we were at Universal yesterday, walking through the park. People were just stopping us hand over fist. I mean,
How is it being famous with your family?
Hardcore Pawn was more than a show. It was a storm of family, money, and emotion inside Detroit's American Jewelry and Loan. Fans saw the deals, the fights, and the laughter, but not the heartbreak that followed when the cameras stopped. Some faces vanished, others met tragedies shrouded in mystery. Today, we uncover the dark fates of 10 beloved Hardcore Pawn members, and what was found behind those locked shop doors will break your heart. The legacy of Hardcore Pawn. Hardcore Pawn was not just another reality show. It was a raw, emotional, and unpredictable journey into Detroit's toughest pawn shop, American Jewelry and Loan. Owned by the bold and fearless Les Gold, the show opened a window into a world where every customer brought a story, and every deal carried both risk and reward. From priceless antiques to desperate exchanges, it showed real people, real money, and real emotions colliding in dramatic ways. Premiering in 2010 on True TV, the series quickly became one of television's most addictive hits. Fans couldn't get enough of the shouting matches, last-minute bargains, and unexpected twists that made every episode feel electric. Les Gold led the charge with his commanding personality, while his son Seth brought business logic and structure. His daughter Ashley, sharp and unafraid, became the shop's voice of authority when tempers flared. The three turned their family pawn shop into a household name, proving that even ordinary lives could be extraordinary under pressure. But the true magic of Hardcore Pawn lay beyond the Gold family. The loyal staff, security guards, clerks, and deal makers became beloved figures in their own right. Viewers saw them face angry customers, broken promises, and constant stress, yet somehow find humor in the chaos. Each person who walked through those doors carried a mix of hope, heartbreak, and survival. When the show ended in 2015, it left behind a legacy that few reality series could rival. Yet, once the cameras stopped rolling, the laughter faded, and the lights dimmed, life took a different turn for many of its stars. Behind the cameras and the bright lights, whispers of struggles and hidden truths began to spread. Some were harmless rumors, while others hinted at something far darker. Some disappeared from the spotlight, while others faced struggles that fans never saw. What really happened after the fame? The truth behind Hardcore Pawn's most beloved members might shock you. Let's start with Rich Pyle. Rich Pyle was one of the most familiar and respected faces at American Jewelry and Loan. Long before cameras entered the shop, Rich had already spent more than 25 years working alongside Les Gold, helping to manage the business and keep operations running smoothly. When Hardcore Pawn began filming, his calm nature and professional attitude made him an instant fan favorite. He wasn't loud or flashy. Instead, he brought balance to the show's chaos. However, as the show gained fame, not everything behind the scenes stayed perfect. Reports suggest that television drama sometimes clashed with real workplace expectations. Fellow employee Bobby Janiak once claimed that Rich faced probation for taking photos on the sales floor and not spending enough time in his office. Around the same period, an incident involving an 18-karat gold piece that slipped through the cracks allegedly played a part in his eventual dismissal from the pawn shop. When Rich was suddenly written out of the show, fans were left shocked and confused. Online rumors began spreading, claiming that he had fallen ill or even passed away. But none of these stories were true. In reality, Rich simply moved on to other projects and decided to keep a low profile away from the cameras. To this day, viewers remember him for his steady hand, quiet humor, and deep loyalty to the shop. He was the heart of Hardcore Pawn's daily grind, and his absence left a noticeable void. But while Rich faded from the spotlight, another story within the Gold family was about to take a much darker turn. Seth Gold. The son of Les Gold, Seth Gold played one of the most vital roles in Hardcore Pawn. Smart, confident, and quick-thinking, he helped shape the image of American Jewelry and Loan both inside and outside the shop. As the family's business-minded son, Seth managed marketing, customer relations, and overall operations. He was often the calm voice of reason between his fiery sister Ashley and their determined father, making sure everything ran smoothly, even in the middle of chaos. Unlike many reality stars, Seth kept his focus on the business rather than the fame. Fans admired his professionalism and his ability to handle stressful moments with composure. Behind the scenes, he worked long hours to make sure the shop's reputation stayed strong, proving that he was more than just a TV personality. He was a true businessman. Over the years, however, rumors began to swirl around Seth. Some false reports claimed he had been in a motorcycle accident in Detroit in 2019 and suffered serious injuries. None of those stories turned out to be true. In fact, Seth continues to work actively with his father and remains a key part of the family's business operations. When a death hoax about Les Gold spread online, Seth quickly stepped forward, appearing in a video with his father to prove that the rumor was fake. Today, Seth Gold is still alive, healthy, and active on social media, carrying on the family legacy. Then comes Bobby J. His full name is Bobby Janiak. He became one of the most recognizable employees at American Jewelry and Loan during the later seasons of Hardcore Pawn. With his friendly smile, quick humor, and natural ability to connect with customers, Bobby stood out as one of the shop's most trusted salesmen. Viewers enjoyed watching him work through tough negotiations, helping both the store and the customers walk away satisfied. His charm and energy made him a favorite among fans who saw him as one of the more genuine and down-to-earth members of the team. Behind the scenes, Bobby's experience on Hardcore Pawn was not without its challenges. As the show's fame grew, so did the pressure to make each episode more entertaining. Bobby later spoke about how working in a real pawn shop while being filmed for television sometimes created tension. He revealed that certain on-screen moments were dramatized for excitement, which occasionally made it harder to balance the reality of the job with the expectations of television production. Over time, Bobby decided to step away from American Jewelry and Loan and follow new opportunities. Rumors later surfaced online, suggesting that he had suffered a serious illness or even passed away. But these claims were completely false. Bobby remains alive and active, working in various entertainment and promotional ventures. Fans still recognize him for his good humor and integrity. Yet, as Bobby moved forward with his life, another story within the Gold family was beginning to unfold, one marked by quieter struggles and hidden pain. Ashley Gold. Ashley Gold, born in 1987, is the daughter of Les Gold and one of the central figures of Hardcore Pawn. From a young age, Ashley grew up surrounded by the hustle and bustle of the pawn business, learning how to deal with customers and manage sales with confidence. On screen, she quickly earned a reputation for her sharp attitude and fearless approach, often clashing with her brother Seth as they competed to impress their father. Her bold personality and quick wit made her one of the show's standout stars. Beyond television, Ashley's role in American Jewelry and Loan was much deeper than what fans saw. She handled some of the most intense negotiations and was often the one who stepped in when customers became difficult. Her determination to protect the family's business made her both respected and, at times, misunderstood by viewers. Despite the tough exterior, Ashley was deeply devoted to her family and worked tirelessly to uphold her father's legacy. After the show ended, Ashley decided to step away from television to focus on her personal life and business ventures. She launched her own online jewelry brand, continuing her passion for design and entrepreneurship. Over time, her reduced public presence led to speculation that something might have happened to her, but none of those rumors were true. Ashley is alive, healthy, and still active in the jewelry world. As she quietly built her new path, whispers began to grow about her father, the man who built the empire that started it all. Les Gold. Les Gold, born around 1950, is the man who turned Detroit's American Jewelry and Loan into one of the most famous pawn shops in the world. Growing up in a family of pawnbrokers, he learned the trade from his grandfather, who owned a small pawn shop where young Les spent much of his time. By the age of 12, he had already made his first major sale, a diamond ring, which sparked his lifelong passion for the business. With determination, street smarts, and an unbreakable work ethic, Les eventually opened his own store, which would later become the setting for Hardcore Pawn. When the show premiered in 2010, Les quickly became the face of the series. His bold personality, sharp tongue, and ability to handle both tough customers and high-value deals made him a natural television star. Fans admired his drive and leadership, but fame also brought a new wave of attention, and with it, rumors. In April 2023, social media exploded with a viral claim that Les Gold had died. The story spread quickly, with fake headlines circulating on TikTok and unreliable news pages. To silence the speculation, Les appeared in a video with his son Seth, smiling and saying, "As you can see, I am not dead." Soon after, another false rumor emerged claiming he had suffered a heart attack, but that too was proven to be untrue. Les is alive, active, and still involved in the pawn business. Yet even as he continues to thrive, one haunting truth lingers. Sometimes the loudest voices in fame are not the ones telling the real story. Karen Mitchell. Karen Mitchell, the niece of Les Gold and cousin of Ashley and Seth, joined Hardcore Pawn during its later seasons and quickly became known for her strong personality and confident presence. As co-manager of the jewelry department in seasons 8 and 9, she brought a new level of order and discipline to the shop. Fans noticed how Karen rarely lost her cool and handled both customers and staff with an iron will. Her no-nonsense approach often clashed with the fiery tempers of Ashley and Seth, creating unforgettable on-screen moments that showed just how complex family dynamics could be inside American Jewelry and Loan. Karen's addition to the show gave viewers another side of the Gold family, a hard-working woman who wasn't afraid to stand her ground in a high-pressure business. She helped balance the chaos on the shop floor, often stepping in to mediate tense situations and keep things professional when tempers flared. Her calm but firm manner made her a favorite among fans who appreciated her straightforward honesty. After Hardcore Pawn ended, Karen quietly stepped away from television and the public spotlight. Reports suggest that she is now living a peaceful life with her husband and children, focusing on her family rather than fame. She has chosen privacy over publicity, rarely appearing in media or interviews. While her time on screen was brief, Karen's strong presence left a lasting impression. Her story serves as a reminder that even those who walk away from fame can still leave behind a powerful legacy. Joel "Big Joe" Shannon. Serving as the head of security at American Jewelry and Loan for the first 6 seasons, Joel "Big Joe" Shannon quickly became known for his commanding presence and sharp sense of humor. Whenever chaos erupted on the sales floor, Big Joe was the one who stepped in to take control. His job was to protect the staff and maintain order, but he also brought a unique mix of toughness and wit that made him a fan favorite. Viewers admired how he could diffuse a tense situation one moment and throw in a sarcastic remark the next, keeping the show both intense and entertaining. However, Big Joe's time on the show came to an unexpected end. In one of the most shocking moments in hardcore pawn history, he was caught on security footage stealing scrap gold from the shop. The incident was featured in the Season 6 finale and led to his dismissal from both the store and the show. It was a dramatic fall from grace for a man who had once been one of the most trusted employees in the building. After leaving television, Big Joe turned his life around. He started a trucking and transportation company called High Gear Transportation in Livonia, Michigan, focusing on rebuilding his career and reputation. Then we have Byron. Byron joined American Jewelry and Loan as part of the security team and quickly proved himself capable of handling the intense environment that came with hardcore pawn. After Big Joe's dramatic exit from the show, Byron was promoted to head of security around Season 7. He stepped into the role with a calm, steady presence that contrasted sharply with his predecessor's fiery personality. Where Big Joe relied on intimidation and humor, Byron relied on professionalism and patience, earning respect from both his co-workers and viewers. On screen, Byron was often seen controlling heated confrontations between angry customers and staff. He approached every situation with a cool head, rarely losing his temper, even when things got physical. Fans appreciated his balance of authority and composure, which brought a sense of stability to the pawn shop during some of its most chaotic moments. Though he wasn't as outspoken or larger-than-life as other cast members, his quiet strength made him one of the show's most dependable figures. After hardcore pawn ended, Byron seemed to fade from the public eye. There are no credible reports of new television appearances or public interviews. Most sources mention that he continued working at American Jewelry and Loan for some time during the later seasons, but eventually stepped away from the spotlight. His current life and career remain private, with little information about what he is doing today. Yet, for fans of the show, Byron is still remembered as the calm enforcer who kept the pawn shop's storms under control. After Brian, we have Jake Harrison. Jake Harrison, the youngest son of Rick Harrison, star of the hit reality show Pawn Stars, is a figure who has mostly stayed out of the public spotlight. Born in 2003 to Rick and his second wife, Tresa Harrison, Jake is the third of Rick's 3 sons, following Corey and the late Adam Harrison. Unlike his father and older brother, Jake has chosen a relatively private life, appearing only occasionally on the show, which makes his appearances all the more notable for fans. Jake made a memorable appearance on Pawn Stars on March 29, 2021, when he joined his father behind the counter at the gold and silver pawn shop. During this episode, he assisted in authenticating a Rolex watch and successfully identified a counterfeit item. This moment highlighted not only his attention to detail, but also his potential to contribute to the family business, reflecting the Harrison family's legacy of expertise in collectibles and rare items. While Jake has not pursued a regular career in the public eye, his brief stint on the show demonstrated his awareness of the pawn industry and his to handle high-stakes situations with calm precision. His mother, Tracy, who worked at the pawn shop for several years, undoubtedly influenced his early exposure to the business and its inner workings. Today, Jake continues to lead a private life, and though his role in Pawn Stars has been limited, fans recognize the promise he holds as the youngest member of the Harrison family. His rare appearances serve as a reminder that the Harrison legacy may continue through him, even if quietly behind the scenes. Our list ends with Tresa Evans. Tresa Evans was one of the more memorable employees on Hardcore Pawn, working as a sales clerk at the front counter of American Jewelry and Loan. Her main job involved dealing with customers, evaluating jewelry, and managing the constant flow of trades and sales that kept the shop running. Fans remember her for her confidence and her ability to stand her ground, even when tempers flared between staff and customers. Though she wasn't one of the central family members, Tresa's fiery exchanges and sharp personality made her a familiar and entertaining presence on the show. One of her most talked-about moments came in the episode Rematch Ashley vs. Tresa during Season 5. In that episode, Tresa returned to the pawn shop after previously being fired over a dispute involving a Rolex watch she had purchased online. The episode captured the tension between her and Ashley Gold as she attempted to sell the same watch back to the store. The scene became one of the show's highlights, showing just how personal and dramatic life at American Jewelry and Loan could get, even between former co-workers. After her final appearance, Tresa quietly stepped out of the spotlight. There are no verified reports of what she pursued next, or where she is now. She has kept her personal life and career away from public attention, with little information available on social media or entertainment news. Still, for longtime fans of Hardcore Pawn, Tresa remains one of those unforgettable figures whose brief time on screen left a lasting impression. Though the cameras have long stopped rolling, the stars of Hardcore Pawn will always be remembered by fans around the world. Their laughter, arguments, and unforgettable personalities turned a Detroit pawn shop into something far greater than a workplace. It became a symbol of grit, family, and survival. Each cast member, from Les and his family to the loyal staff who stood beside them, left behind moments that continue to live in the hearts of viewers. Their legacy remains timeless. What do you think truly happened to the people of Hardcore Pawn? Share your thoughts and theories below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.